What's up, worldies? Welcome to Too Fat for Footy. My name is James, and this channel is a new channel on YouTube dedicated to everything soccer here in the US and abroad for your viewing pleasure. Now, we're right in the middle of a huge soccer summer here in the States. We just finished off the Nations League, taking down Mexico earlier in the month. We were right in the middle of the Copa America, and then we've also got the Olympics coming up here at the end of July and into August. However, today we talk Euro. So as of today, the first and the second rounds are through, done, finito, we're out. We're finished with all that. However, I want to take you guys through some of the things that I liked, Lewandowski, some of the things that I didn't like, Italy, and give you guys some predictions for the third round, and then talk about the knockout stages as they come up. Kicking off things with Group A, obviously, Italy's kind of the talk of the tournament. But you won't hear that out of me. I'm not big on the Italians. I never have been, I never will be. They're boring. Even when they were winning, they were boring. Now, I'm not to say that they're not a good team. That's not to say that they have no skill. That's not to say they don't have some of the best players in the world. But if you ask me, I'm not watching. I've turned the TV off 2 out of 2 times since Italy's been in this tournament. Now, obviously, they're in the lead in the group. They've got 2 wins out of 2 games. They've got a 6-goal difference. Not a lot going wrong. And I don't see Wales doing a whole heck of a lot either. Best they can do is tie. Gareth Bale is not going to pull a miracle against the Italians, and all of a sudden, Wales pulls through and does something crazy. As it sits, the Swiss have been disappointing, and the Turks have been god-awful. And not quite so much their own fault. Italy broke them down, and then they had to go find a goal. And then the same thing happened against Wales. Really, for Group A, it's just going to be whether or not the Swiss can beat Turkey by 3 and whether or not the Italians win by 2. At this point, I don't see the Welsh missing out on the second part of the tournament with the way that they're sitting right now. And honestly, the Swiss, if they can knock off Turkey, they're going to make it through too on 4 points. However, it's going to come down to that goal difference to see whether or not they get in. For my final round predictions, I'm going to give it Italy 1, Wales 1, all drawed. Switzerland beats Turkey 2-1 with the Turks getting a consolation goal. Group B, honestly, the talk of the tournament, all tournament, for obvious reasons. Christian Eriksen is a beloved player all across the world. And honestly, this incident couldn't have happened to many better people. The only guys that I can think of that would have had a better reaction around the world are Heung-min Son and probably N'Golo Kante. Honestly, you put those 3 on the pitch and no one anywhere can say that they don't like them. Sadio Mane is a close 4th. I mean, he's building hospitals and schools in Senegal. Hello? Credit to Belgium here for giving Denmark a goal in the 2nd minute. Did they really? However, I'm pretty sure Roberto Martinez told them to knock it around for 10 minutes until the Denmark fans could start getting up and clapping and they kicked the ball out of bounds so they could continue on playing soccer. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Paulson knocks one in the 2nd minute off of a bad turnover because they were playing lazy. And honestly, it was a deserved goal. Now, I will say, the visceral reaction from the Danish fan, it was everything you could ask for from a soccer goal. And honestly, you could feel the sigh of relief out of the crowd. Just. But honestly, are they going to make it through to the knockout rounds? That's the big question. With Belgium taking on the Finns and Russia the last opponent for the Danes, I honestly don't see how they go through. However, weirder things have happened. Honestly, if they beat Russia by a couple goals and Belgium knocks off Finland by a couple goals, it helps everybody out. They go to 2nd in the group, and they're going to get a consolation prize in it. And then Russia and Finland are going to hope to God that they're not stuck on the outside looking in when it comes to points. Belgium's been the class of the tournament. They've got a couple of issues that they've got to sort out, a couple of injuries, but honestly, who really wants to take on the #1 ranked team in the world right now? Belgium by 2, Denmark by 2. We'll see what happens moving forward. Anybody want to see Memphis Depay score a hat trick? It's gonna happen. They're taking on Northern Macedonia. If you can point that out on a map, let me know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5-0 here. I really wouldn't. If it's anything less than that, I'm going to be a little disappointed. The big game is Ukraine and Austria. Ukraine leads right now ahead of Austria based on scoring 4 goals versus the Austrians 3 so far in the tournament. However, it's going to get a little weird. Marko Arnautovic is back for the Austrians to come off the bench and potentially racially abuse somebody again. Honestly, the fact that he's not suspended for at least 3 games for that remark, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see this a 2-2 draw or something crazy, but I like the Ukrainians a little bit better here. David Alaba, he hasn't quite showed up yet to his skill level. If he's got a bit of magic for the game, then it'll do wonders moving forward in the tournament, but I just don't think the Austrians have it in them. Netherlands 5, Northern Macedonia, big old goose egg, and then give me Ukraine 2-1. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but Patrick Schick is the... Seriously, he's a one-man wrecking crew for the Czech Republic, and without him, they'd be at the bottom of the table in this group. As it stands, they're on the complete opposite end of the group, and honestly, I don't see them losing it out. Yes, England fans, I hear you. Yes, you're my pick to win the tournament. Yes, you're still gonna tie. There's no need to go for the win here. Why? You're probably gonna get France. Do you want France? Because that's how you get France. Don't win the group. Get second place. Be happy with what you have. And honestly, what you have is Jadon Sancho sitting on the bench, because Gareth Southgate, because I can't say his name, is a genius. An absolute genius. He's just waiting for the right moment. He's just gonna throw him on in the round of 16, and then all of a sudden, he'll be a hero. You wanna put money on it? No? Okay. But yeah, honestly, 1-1, Czech Republic and England, final match. Doesn't even matter what's going on with the other guys. Do you care? Do you really care about Croatia? Granted, they're going to beat Scotland. Or are they? Croatia beat Scotland 3-0. Sends them home crying after a great performance against England. Probably make it out of the group. Honestly, shouldn't. They played like trash so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know who I'm going for. 4, 3, 2, 1. If I pick a team, it's the wrong one. Honestly. Who do I pick here? I don't know. Sweden tops Group E. Without Zlatan. Does Zlatan approve? And then let's not forget, just like their cousins to the west, Slovakia is kind of good at soccer. This group is all kinds of messed up. And I honestly don't know who's coming out of it. But then they take on Spain, who honestly, I picked to be out. I don't see them going through. Spain just doesn't have it right now. They don't have the cohesion. They don't have the togetherness. They don't have the chemistry like they've had for years moving forward. It's just not going to happen. And they're going to get bounced out of the group stage. In another twist and turn of events, Sergio Ramos should have been included in the squad, because Lewandowski never would have scored today. Speaking of Lewandowski, can he actually get Poland through? I don't know. Honestly, the best defender in the tournament so far? Victor Lindelof. What? When did Victor Lindelof get good at soccer? I don't get it. I just don't get it. He's been a liability all season in the Premier League. He puts on a yellow and blue jersey and all of a sudden, he's God's greatest gift to the defending Swedes. I think with stout defending, Sweden can get by, but I think Poland still manages to score. They didn't do anything against Slovakia, and they barely won on a Forsberg penalty. Group E has turned out to be, honestly, better than the Group of Death, and the Group of Death is really good this year. More on that in a second. But if you ask me, I honestly think we get 3 teams out of this group, and none of them are Spain. Lewandowski knocks around Lindelof for a hattie, and the Slovaks turn away the Spanish Inquisition 2-0. What the heck happened to Portugal today? Die mein Schaft. Die mein Schaft. You know, I've never thought about trying to score on myself to get a goal for myself. Honestly, I don't know what was up with Portugal today. They looked lax in defense, They honestly couldn't do anything to save their lives to put a ball in the back of the net between 15 and 68. It was probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen out of a Portuguese team. And I've watched them play the United States. It always feels like Germany and Portugal get paired up in the group stage. And I don't know why that is. I think it's just one of those things that, why does rain happen? And why did Henry give that handball against Ireland? But yeah, the Germans aren't done yet. Do we favor the Germans now? Because, oh, by the way, France beat Germany 1-0. Ooh. It was a tale of two heavyweights. Oh. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. What can you say about a team that just lost 3-0 to Portugal to turn around and turn away the world champs by scoring first? Honestly, that was the best thing I've seen in the past year and a half since 2020 started. A 68,000 person crowd roaring, absolutely roaring. And the French just standing there like, Sacre bleu, on baguette, Antoine, Giroud, Mbappe. Somebody needs to give them some camembert quick. Honestly, do we really take away anything from the Hungarians holding off the French? No. Are the Germans going to crush them moving forward in game 3? Yes. The Germans are going to win this group pretty easily. Honestly, if it's not 4-0 by the end of the game, just like the Dutch game, I'm going to be disappointed. However, that leaves us with a really weird conundrum. If you're France, you're kind of sitting pretty. You're on 4 points. You've got a good goal difference. You're probably going to go through. So now you have to play the team that knocked you out in the final of the last Euros with the same guys. Sure, they're a little older. Sure, they're a little more wizened. And sure, they just got their ass kicked. But how does this work out? Do you go for the tie? Do you go for the win? What do you do here? And if you're Portugal, you gotta win. Can we really see the defending Euro champions knocked out in the group stage? Will the entire Iberian Peninsula be gone before the round of 16 begins? I'd like to think Portugal wins this game. I really do. But I don't know what to make of the French attack. I don't know what to make of the Portuguese defense. I don't know what to make of the French defense. And I don't know what to make of the Portuguese attack. This game has 4-3 written all over it. Or 0-0. Hell with it, I'm gonna be exciting. 4-3 Portugal. And that concludes what I think is going to be the round of 16. Thank you guys for watching. This is the first video that's going up on my channel. So if you liked it, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, give it a like, do all the things. And then hopefully you'll share it on your socials and we can get a few more laughs out of a few more people. That'll make me happy. Also, if you didn't like it, if you're a troll, leave some hate in the comments below. Honestly, I love reading when people tell me how trash I am. And it helps me get better. So if you liked it, great. If you didn't, let me know. Next video coming out should be on Wednesday, and we're going to cover the first 6 match days of the Copa America. Until then, worldies, keep kicking.